Man, I remember this one time, Darth Maul kept bugging this family,
Dude,
and they were like, "Dude, stop!
you
Your
gotta
movie
stop.
sucks."
Yeah,
It was a pretty good movie.
yeah, I liked it. Yeah, laser bow. It was pretty cool.
Oh man, Phantom Menace licked.
Yeah.
But you know what doesn't lick, at least in my opinion? The other movie with with
Darth
Darth Maul in it, Insidious.
Yeah.
Now we recently did a video about Poltergeist, and I claimed that Insidious was basically the same movie, only better and without a need to explode every second in your face with insanely loud shit.
And
And yes, of course, just by default of it not being the score of Poltergeist, a better score.
yeah.
It could literally be a fucking marching parade farting, and it would be a better score than Poltergeist. But anyway, that aside, we decided to take the dive into Insidious territory.
Yeah, you could have used the term in the movie, but okay.
Yeah, I could have, and failed miserably at life.
Yeah.
By the way, in case you see my face and there's a tattoo on it, no, I don't have a face tattoo. It's a long story. Suffice it to say, if you want to know about it, go to our other channel, $10 Slimer.
Yeah.
Cheap plug.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of plugs, I'm sitting on a butt plug right now.
It's not good.
No, yeah, man. I let you indulge in this because we had seen the previous day Poltergeist. You had seen it for the first time ever. What did you think? What was I right in saying that it's basically the same movie, only different in respects of how it approaches the material?
I mean, can I like retroactively change a score? Because I want to give Poltergeist like a 3 now. Or a 1.
You can when we get to the bottom portion, just to stick it up Poltergeist's ass.
Yeah.
What was your takeaway, man? What would you think of old Ince, as I like to call him? That's right, it's a he.
Ince is a pretty cool guy. I enjoyed him quite a bit. He looked like Darth Maul. So there's that. It's pretty cool.
Why is it just a person now?
Yeah, I don't know.
This I don't know if this is my favorite James Wan movie, but I want to say it is.
Oh, it's not Aquaman?
It's definitely not Aquaman. For damn sure. Shit!
What do you hate
The
him?
fuck, Juan? You were my boy until that shit happened. Although I haven't seen that Fast and the Furious movie he did, so maybe that one stinks.
Yeah.
But it's come on, it's part of a stinky ass series. But anyway, this might be my favorite James Wan flick. The first time I saw it, I got to see this late. I didn't see it when it came out in theater. You know, I was locked up, man. So the first time I saw it, I had been 5 years without seeing anything horror, basically. And I was re-submerging myself, and this was the first movie I saw that was horror-oriented. And I gotta say, it spooked the shit out of me. You know, you just get desensitized with so much horror.
Yeah.
But then you take a 5-year-long stretch without it, and it's eerie, man. And upon rewatching it, there's still a lot of eerie moments. And, I tip the hat to old Juan's techniques for that, achieving that thing. But anyway, let's talk about this, the pros and cons. If you're not familiar with the plot to this movie, it's Poltergeist, only more serious.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that summarizes it in a fucking nutshell. Give me a pro, or do you want to start with the cons? Wherever you want to start, hit me with it.
Pro, it's not Poltergeist.
Big ass pro.
Pro, again, it's not Poltergeist. and then it kind of does the stuff that Poltergeist, like all the pros I had for Poltergeist, or it does it way better in here.
Oh yeah, big time, man.
So,
and when we say all the stuff that it does like Poltergeist, I mean it. It's almost
the same story.
Yeah,
basically.
It's almost beat by beat the same thing. It starts with a long, drawn-out setup at the beginning. It's the family with a kid that's taken. Maybe not physically this time, but spiritually kind of actually makes more fucking sense.
Yeah.
They're beleaguered by ghosts, but really it's
like,
one creature that's not really a ghost.
It's even like the same reasoning behind it that they give.
We have the elder lady that, has some sort of ability come in to fend off the phantoms, if you will.
Menaces?
And
the Phantom Menace?
Yeah, it has the kind of switcheroo ending, So yeah, it's basically the fucking same movie. So, but yeah, like I said, man, like I told you in the Poltergeist video, it's infinitely better. which I know is sacrilege, but fuck that shit. I already said Poltergeist sucks my tiny ding off most of the
I
time.
like how it went from, it was alright, too.
No, I like Poltergeist. I'm just saying, like, come on,
sucks
folks.
your ding off sometimes.
Let's stop blowing Poltergeist when we know damn well that it's not that good. Just saying here. But anyway, we are talking about Insidious, and I'm going to give you a pro. My big pro is Patrick Wilson's my boy.
Yeah.
I wish he was my dad.
Dude,
I don't know why.
Look, I wasn't even gonna...
That sounds gay as shit, by the way.
Like
Can Patrick Wilson be my dad?
Like halfway through this movie, I was like, man, I wish he was my dad.
Yeah.
Which is kind of gay that we both had that same feeling.
It's both gay and a sad statement of our young adult lives.
Really
But anyway.
Ocean Master to be our dad.
Yeah. Yeah, Patrick Wilson's just a great actor. The whole cast here is awesome, which brings me to a tie-in second pro. Aside from the fact that the entire cast is awesome, and that is Lin Shaye. And what I gotta say, I mean, she's kind of like a one of the flagship people in the genre. I think this is her best role. I think this is the role that I will most remember her by when she passes away. And dear God, she's ancient, so it's gonna come soon. Please don't let it be too soon, because I'll cry. P.S. She was nasty in Kingpin. I'm just saying. But the point is,
that's her best role.
She's awesome, man. She's awesome in this. And as the series goes along, you know, she's still awesome. So I kind of ruined something there for you, but it makes sense. Trust me.
Thing that happened.
Spoiler: she dies in this movie.
Yep.
But yeah, man. Great cast all around. Hit me with another pro.
Spooky.
It is genuinely bone chilling at times. Now, a lot of people bitched about, and they still kind of try to use this against James Wan, because look, here's the thing about horror. Mm-hmm. God forbid someone should gain mainstream success, because instantly horror fans will turn on them.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The moment that happens, they'll be like, oh, it's a piece of shit. He's an asshole. Yeah. That's right. He's an asshole. They don't even fucking justify their fucking opinions. He's a piece of shit, that guy. He kills babies. You know, it's like, shit, come on, man. It can be mainstream successful and it could still be damned good. And that's what Wan does. And a lot of people lob out the whole jump scares galore guy. Here's the thing about Wan. He knows how to build suspense for a jump scare. And this movie has several jump scares. And they're really good. And just to really show you why they're good, some of them are just, there's a person standing there.
Yeah.
And it's eerie, you know, because it built up to it. It built up to it, and it's shocking to see it. And really, it puts you in the place of the characters in terms of, what if I just walked into a fucking room and there was a fucking thing just standing there? God! My fucking nuts would drop, man. Or recede, I mean, they've dropped already.
It would be a ghoul, really.
It would be fucking scary, man. And then the movie achieves that. It communicates that quite well. That feeling of dread that you would feel if you just saw something like that. Little kid dancing to Tiptoe Through the Tulips of all things. Yeah. Tiptoe Through the Tulips alone is a fucking scary song. Fuck!
A pro. They finally used Tiny Tim in its intended method of horror.
Yeah. They could have really just like shown like
Tiny Tim
standing there.
Yeah, you would have been like, oh my god,
man, this is a terrifying
Tiny
movie.
Tim.
But yeah, man,
it is up as a girl.
It is genuinely spooky. What was your favorite eerie scene? I guess, for lack of better words, or
I like when old Pat's mammy is telling them about her dream.
The pictures.
The little spooky guy. Where you tell him, hey, I saw this little spooky guy, and I asked him this thing, and then he's like pointing. That was cool.
Jesus Christ, that was the worst description ever.
Yeah.
It was so bad that I'm confused as to what the hell you're talking about.
When the mammy's telling him about the dream she had, and that's why she went to the house.
Yeah.
And then she's telling him, like, yo, I saw this spooky guy in the corner, and I asked him, what do you want? And he's like, I want this kid. And that's when you see Darth Maul.
Yeah.
That part.
God, man, you just made it worse. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now, but
you just
crap.
You just wanted to hear the explanation.
I wanted to shoot my head off after that explanation. Anyway, if you're confused as to what the hell he was talking about, good, because that was fucked up. Never write a book. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I was going to be like, that little guy comes in at that point.
Yeah, man.
Just ignore that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get away from it. Desperately clawing away from it. It's not working.
Yeah.
Plenty of good sequences. You know, I can't really pick a favorite because each one has its kind of unique little touch. But I'll just suffice it to say that when something so simple as a picture, a still image, something that has a particular aesthetic can unnerve you, you know, time after time as the movie progresses, that's a damn good sign. And it just does it. In fact, I remember reading a review for this while I was locked up before I got to see it, where the guy was like, or the reviewer, I don't know if it was a guy or not, but he was like, Insidious is a movie where you feel kind of ashamed that you get unsettled so many times because you should know better, but it still gets you. It still builds it up and it executes it so well that it still gets you where it counts. You know, the old chills up the spine. And I agree with that, man. There's a lot of standard stuff here, but the way it's portrayed and carried out, you know, serves the material well. Speaking of which, another pro for me is the mythology behind this movie. A mythology which has served the entire series well, and you'll see as you continue with the series, it really feeds growth in the series, despite the fact that technically, you know, we've seen the epitome of circumstances for Lin Shaye's character. That being said, it's a rich mythology, and the basis and the foundation is established here. The rules are pretty clear. What's going on is pretty clear, and you know, it's just presents you with an eerie version of the afterlife that's unique to its own. I really enjoyed that. Hit me with another pro.
It actually feels like it has a point, unlike Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of like, there is that chunk in the beginning where it's just kind of establishing stuff, but it feels like it's going somewhere, and it's pretty quick to get there.
Yeah.
So you're not like, what is this, for a while?
Why are we still here?
Yeah.
I will say that seeing it with you, and this happens to me sometimes when I watch something that I've seen but somebody else hasn't seen, and I'm like, kind of like, I wonder what they're gonna think about it, you know. I'm not expectant of anything. I'm just like, I wonder what they're thinking right now. It kind of tarnishes my viewing experience. But I gotta say that despite the fact that at the back of my mind I was always thinking, I wonder what he thinks of that. Does he hate it right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was like, oh, Darth Maul.
Despite that, you know, the movie was still incredibly effective. So that says a lot for it. I think another thing that I absolutely love about it is it has its own unique visual vibe. You know, it's very drowned in color.
Yeah, and it kind of starts off really gray.
I mean, I'm sorry, drained. Yeah.
Yeah.
It uses color to its benefit. And, you know, it just separates it from Juan's other stuff, mainly the Conjuring universe output, and gives it its own distinct flavor. And again, it's something that continues in the series that serves it distinctly as its own. Another pro, the weird ass fucking entity, the creature. Again, this is a thing that we revisit along the way, but this is the establishing foundation for that. Pretty creepy little guy there.
Yeah, he was pretty spooky.
This is pretty, yeah, I don't want to encounter him.
Yeah, I would hang out. There's that kind of weird. Well, I guess that's a pro because it was weird. That bit where he's like sharpening his little claw or whatever, and it kind of does it in like this weird like music video-y shot. Like he's got all these like magnifying glasses, and it was like, what the hell? That was weird.
To be fair, if you thought, oh, that's a little music video-y, it was instantly made eerie by the fact that Tiny fucking Tim was playing in the background.
Yeah, it's true. That's the most eerie music video of all time.
Yeah. Effects are great in this. They're used sparsely and wisely for the most part. Of course, some stuff, this being a lower budget production, you know, is brought to life through CGI. And it shows sometimes, but you know what? It doesn't affect anything in terms of the movie, which is something that I can't say about Poltergeist. Sometimes I was just like, come on, man. You didn't need to put 10,000 effects in this movie, man.
That scene where everything's floating, you can see through everything.
Yeah, like, come on, man. You could have done this in a much more subtle way. This demonstrates that, you know, like, hey, we could achieve a lot with a little, you know. Also, I got a pro to Lee Wannell and what's the other guy's name? The little parapsychologist team there. They're the only people that provide any comedic relief in this movie, and it's done in an amusing way, which I really like. And their characters are in the entire series, and you grow to really like them. And so I was glad to see them now going back. I haven't seen the entire series going back. That they're still amusing. Then
and they don't go over the top with them. Or anything.
Yes, thankfully the humor's not shitty. I particularly love how there's kind of like a dick swinging contest between them, and they just demonstrated in the midst, at the height of the scares and the ghouls. They just demonstrate that by kind of like mine is bigger than yours sequence with flashlights. That was pretty awesome.
I was like, what the hell is that humongous
biggest fucking flashlight of all time. Final pro for me would be the music in this, which is not Jerry Goldsmith's atrocious Poltergeist score. The fuck is that shit, man? It sounds like this review's just ripping on Poltergeist, and it is. Fuck that shit, man. I like the last part though. But anyway, this score is, dissonant, weird sounding, appropriate. Yeah. It's not in every nook and cranny of the movie. It comes and goes at proper times.
There isn't like weird happy music when there's ghouls popping out.
Yes. The fuck, man.
Flutes.
Poltergeist, dude.
You know what? I was kind of nice to it yesterday, but man, Poltergeist freaking licks, doesn't it? It's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I mean, goes without saying at this point for us anyway. Everybody else in the world is getting on his knees and blowing his little dick.
I also
feel polter dick.
I also feel kind of bad for the Poltergeist remake because kind of pointless to even do that.
Yeah, really.
Because I mean, we already got one basically.
Mm-hmm. And it was better, way better.
We haven't even
and
seen
it's called
it.
Insidious.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got anything in the pros? Anything else?
That was it. Like I said, like everything I gave pros to Poltergeist are now cons to Poltergeist because this is way better.
How about cons about old Insidious here? You got any?
No, not really.
If I had to pick some cons, it'd be the aforementioned. Yeah, there's a few times when a little CGI shows here and there. But it didn't bother me, like I said.
Not really.
It is noticeable. So I guess if you're inclined to hate, then go hate on fucking Poltergeist because that's just fucking wanky as hell sometimes. It's so fucking shitty sometimes that you think that maybe Ice Cube and Mike Epps did it together and they called it Janky Promoters. If you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, that's because nobody saw Janky Promoters. What the fuck, Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't really have any fucking nags to this, man. It's a great movie. It's my thing now, along with his face tattoo.
Yeah.
I really don't, man. Nothing's 100% perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect, of course not, but it's a movie that allows you to enjoy it fully without having to be all poltergeisty up in that bitch. Like, come on, man, what is that? I gotta
look past the feast to get to the good stuff.
Yeah. Thankfully, there's no feast to look past here. All good across the board, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let's give it a final thoughts and final score, a scale 1 to 10. Give it to me.
I like it. Pretty much never see Poltergeist. Because
what for now?
Dude, it's like a 2 in my book now. The only thing that's still good is I like rip off Patrick Wilson, which is not what I'll call Craig T. Nelson now.
Hashtag Craig T. Nelson is now Patrick Wilson. Yeah. Fuck him. He's no longer exists. P.S. He was in Poltergeist, and that sucks. That's the entire hashtag. Pass it around. It's gonna catch fire. I promise.
It's really long. It's not good. Yeah. I mean,
score
pretty damn cool. I like it. I'll give it a 9.
I'm gonna. Yeah, man.
I think there's room for it to go up.
I think. I don't know what you'll think of the rest of the series. I really enjoy the series, with part 3 being probably the least enjoyable.
Ooh, hating.
But I like it too. So it's one of those series that's good across the board. So I don't know if that'll reflect upon your grade afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it in terms of the series, and I'll give it a 9.5. Man, I really enjoy it. I love it. And it's a quality series through and through. So if you enjoy this one, chances are you're going to enjoy the rest of them. Just to give you an idea, the fourth one's probably my second favorite. So it's not one of these things where you're like, well, now we're going downhill progressively after each installment.
Saw style.
Boop, boop, boop. But anyway, yeah, man, I really like this movie. Check it out, especially if you feel the itch to watch Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Just fucking scratch that shit with a fucking palo, and then go, never mind, let me watch Insidious instead, because it's better. Come on, man, it's time we accept it.
Also, the puppet from Jigsaw, from Saw, is in there.
Yeah, I like Jigsaw the movie.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Jigsaw the movie sucks. See, I can be fair too. Jigsaw fucking sucked. Anyway, this movie does.
Well, I mean, he wasn't involved in it. So.
I know. I'm just saying. Just trying to be, trying to be fair. It's not working because Poltergeist sucks. But anyway, tell us what you think about this movie and Poltergeist. I'm sure somebody will try to defend its honor.
Yeah.
It has none. The point is, hit like, share, subscribe, and those notification buttons because we're out.